Hey everybody, Scorpion here. I got two of these little push button remotes. It says remote control RCL 3000. No clue what may or may not be in them. Why not find out? And while we're at it, we'll pull apart an old school alarm clock. Just see what we can find. Y'all stay tuned.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so the two remotes here. Pulled the battery door off. Made sure there was no batteries. Took the two screws out of it. They both popped open rather easy. Oh, look at that. They've got a couple screws in there. This is the battery door off the alarm clock. There's still a battery in there. Y'all be careful. Don't want to get that acid all over you. Let's see if we can't pull these screws out here. Don't normally have screws on the inside of a remote like that. So just a little simple push button. Push it and spring loaded, make it pop back up. The spring can go to the metal. The rest of it's garbage. And here's what they look like on the inside. So it lined up with this little push button. So I can hear it clicking. It does have an IC chip here, which is quite cool. I didn't expect that. Just a little low-grade board, but that's a pretty decent size IC chip. Y'all can see it here. And of course you've got the wire where it went to the battery, so you just clip that off. Clip this side off, maybe. There we go. Throw that in the wire. I'll pull that IC chip and then I'll toss that in the, pull that IC chip, toss that in the drawer, and then toss this into the low grade. Maybe pull the little button off. I got a few of them here for those buttons. So this one's the same way. I mean, if you want to take the time to cut this open, you can get a little bit more wire. The metal pieces can go over there. It's just a little too tedious. Alarm clock. So 3 of the screws come out, and one of them, as you can see with all this dirt on the table, a mud dauber had made a nest in, and I couldn't finish getting in there to the screw to unscrew it. So sometimes it just is what it is. I grabbed it and pried it open and broke it off so I could get into it. So we'll cut the power cord off. Brass. This goes with the rest of the electrical wires. Your dial. And you look down in there, it's a circuit board. It's got a few little things in there, but it's not going to be anything too awful spectacular in this. I would assume it's going to pretty much be like the the radio was. Got a little bit of wire here. Should display. Let's see. So it would appear it's got two boards in it. Quite interesting. So here's our first one with all this wire. So let's see if we can finish getting some of this wire off. Funny, as soon as you get into something dirty and nasty and get your hands in it, all of a sudden your face starts itching. Every time, never fails. I think it's just a reaction in your brain. Makes you want to rub your face. So there's a little switch right here. Let's see if we can get the rest of this off. I try to get off as much wire as possible because they don't really want the wire on the board because it adds weight, and of course we get paid better putting it where it goes. So you gotta, this is some of the switches and buttons off the front. It's just a little contact piece that comes through the board right there, a little wire, and when you pushed it, it would make contact. So I'll peel those off of it and remove this IC chip that's right here underneath them. The rest of it, it'll just go over in the low grade. This board here, be nice if it'll just slide out nice and easy. But no, let's see here. Helps if I look a little bit what's on there. There's that dial, that was for the volume. The first one was the tuning. So that side's free. Looks like this side might be connected. There it goes. By wires holding it in. So, see if we can get rid of some of these wires that seem to be holding it. Get it freed up. Alright. Almost there. Just a couple left. Another low grade board. You get a few rolls of copper here you can peel off fairly easy. As you can see, I'm doing it with my finger. You got an IC chip here, and you got the radio crystal here, and the rest of it would just go in with low grade after you pull the rest of this wire off. We do have a speaker. Some people like to collect the magnets. Some people don't. I don't. I just toss it in with a shred. I like the magnets for the microwaves. And we got a transformer here. go through where the battery would sit. This is the wires that come in from the wall. That's basically everything in that. So clip these wires free of the transformer. Wires on top of it. Clip our wires off the battery piece. There's a little bit more in there than I was really expecting to see. I wasn't expecting to see 2 circuit boards. That's kind of neat. So we've got these wires. And this goes in with your motors and transformers. A little bit of weight there. And it looks like that's pretty much it. I'm going to clip the rest of these wires off of here. Put it with my other wires. I don't normally go digging real hard to try to get wires. If they're pushed down in there where they don't come out easy, then they just stay. But I do try to at least make sure I've got all the long and the majority. Yeah, it's down there where I can't get to it easy. This is pushed down in a bunch of stuff, but they come on out, so it's easy enough to get to. If you've never seen anybody pull these little copper rolls off of stuff, I'll yank one of them off of there. They're glued on. Well, I say glued on. They go through the board, but they put glue on there to kind of keep them from messing up. But really, most of the time, you can just grab them and pull. Trim them off where they go through the board at. And just pull them out the glue. Most time they're tiny. It's not much to them, but just like everything else, I mean, it'll add up. It doesn't take it long. So I can't seem to hold on to anything tonight. It's not uncommon for me. But I mean, there's 3 of them. There's one more on the board. I'll pull this one up and off. Take it and add this one to this bunch. And there's the IC chip I can pull. And the crystal, if I can get it off easy. Those things most of the time are on there pretty good. So that's basically it. Hope y'all enjoyed seeing something else different. Have a good one.